Welcome back to the IQ Review. This week, we reviewed the trilogy that consists of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornets Nest. So enjoy the trailer of the trailer.
Her journey has become an international sensation. Her secrets have captivated millions. Meet the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Welcome back to IQ Review. Now, each of these three movies ranges from about 2 hours to 2.5 hours. So there's some time dedication to be involved with this.
You're given 8 hours of your life, something like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just a smidge. So it does, oh, and by the way, we do have a special guest with us, not just Joel and Sexy Brian right here, but we also do have Dan. Would you like to introduce
Just
yourself?
Dan.
Dan Park.
Everyone say hello to Dan.
Good to have you on the show, buddy.
Yes.
And did you want to
Thanks,
mention?
guys, for having me.
No problem.
Okay, so just in general, it's known as the Millenium series by the author Stieg Larsson, I think is how you pronounce his name. And I actually didn't really want to watch these movies at first because, number one, I saw everybody on the airplane reading this book.
Yeah.
I
remember flying during those days.
No matter
Everyone
where I
had it.
went, everybody
Everyone
had this
it.
book. So it really made me
Everybody.
not want
Yeah.
to watch the movies. And then I don't recommend starting these movies late at night, which I did 3 separate times. You just fall asleep. If you're not a reader, you're gonna fall asleep. I thought, why would I want to read while watching a movie? But
Yeah, there are subtitles, so we'll just warn you now. Right?
Yeah,
So-
it makes it
so-
hard when you're tired.
I was actually surprised how into the movies I got once I actually got past the first 15 minutes of the first movie. In fact, I felt like I could speak Swedish. Did you guys feel like you actually were fluent in Swedish at certain times? It was really kind of weird how some of the words sounded like English.
Yeah, they did.
But you know, I thought that the story was great. There's kind of really serious adult themes in there. You know, about violence against women and
Lock the kids away.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Not-
not a kid-friendly
Not a
movie by
family
any
movie,
movie.
definitely.
All three of them, none of them are.
It kind of tackles some serious topics, you know, like I said, violence against women, kind of...
Oh, sorry. That was a spoiler alert. Spoiler!
Thank you, Joel.
Oh!
That's okay.
Sorry.
Blurp that one out.
Just the obligation of the media in journalism and what is their kind of moral obligation in certain respects. So I really like the themes that they were handling, even though, like Joel and everybody was saying, that it's definitely not a family film.
Not at all.
And there's some scenes in there I'm actually curious to see how the American version tackled.
Yeah.
You know, because
Because they're redoing the trilogy now.
Yeah.
They already
right?
came out
So,
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's definitely some things in there I'd like to see how they did, but I thought the movie was well done. I didn't read the book, but the story held up. I mean, it was really interesting. It was well done all the way throughout the whole series. I'm kind of talking about them all as a whole, but really, it really is that way. And they said they're giving up about 8-9 hours of your life, but in my opinion, I thought it was worth it. I really liked the movies. And
Okay.
like I said, and I even had spent those hours reading, which, as most of you guys know, that I'm not a big reader.
Well,
You've read the books, right?
Okay.
Well,
He's that
this is
crazy
the
guy.
thing. Like, I
Or
always
you
try
just-
to read
or
the
you just
book
picked it
before.
up and looked
I
at it.
did. I tried to read it, and it was. I mean, it was good, but I just didn't. I could not find the time. I just had to spend that time to watch the movies because they were so long.
Did you read
So
all three of them, or
No,
did you?
I got to the first book. I got
Okay.
about like 3/4 in, and I just decided, you know what, this is taking too much time.
How was
'Cause
the book? Just out of
I mean, are these
curiosity?
like
I-
big books? Are these?
I mean, they're about like this size. I mean, I think about like 500 pages or something.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Side note.
But
I couldn't read 500 pages.
But I'm a nerd. When I got into the movies, I was thinking like, is the comparisons between the book is too much, once I got past that point, I really enjoyed it. Like the first movie was basically just kind of like the story on the side, and then the next couple were like more about the relationship between the journalist and the girl, and it was awesome. I mean, there is some adult themes, but it was a good crime crime story.
Well, you got to be careful though, because I know for me, I'm a total huge Harry Potter fan, and so books and the movies are a little weird for me sometimes, just because I try not to be too judgmental. But for me,
I just never read, and I don't have that problem at all.
Oh,
so.
insomniac right here. So I love to spend my time doing that.
And we won't judge about the Harry Potter.
Whatever.
So let me tell you what I think about these movies. The first one, I started watching it, and it was really hard for me. I'm gonna admit it was really hard to get into for me for some reason, but I don't know what happened. Like I was just sitting there hating this. I was like, man, why do I have to? And I got 2 more of these things to watch, and I was just hating it, and then all of a sudden, I was interested in these people, like what they were doing, and I don't know when the switch happened, you know, and so there's a lot of crazy like adult themes. The first one was really good. I liked the ending, you know, it and solid, and then like let's get into the second one, which was good as well, but I didn't feel like it was as good as the first one. And then by the third one, I was losing interest. It seemed like it was dragging. I was ready to get out of the world, and I think the problem is that you don't take the most interesting person in your movie and put them in a hospital half of the movie and then a jail cell the other half and cut to them every once in a while, because you know I want to see what's going on with her and her life. So the score in this movie, amazing. They're just shuffling through papers, and you're like, this is intense, and all they're doing is shuffling through papers, you know, because the music really helps. So I mean, I'll never watch them again. Was it worth it? In my opinion, I don't think so. Sorry.
I disagree. I really love it. I don't know how you didn't get into it right off the bat. It was like It was like a bloody car accident or something. You're like, don't really want to watch it, but you're still looking at it. Yeah.
I love this movie. I loved all 3 of them personally. For me, this was a movie that I wouldn't. I mean, actually, I'll take it back. This is a movie I would suggest that is a good date movie. This is a movie that you could actually cuddle up with somebody. This is a good movie that you.
Not a first date.
Not a first one.
Not a first date movie. Okay.
Okay.
You've been through some stuff
If
together.
you're regular dating, possibly, because it's one of those like, oh my gosh, but you know, you're gonna shock. It's fun though. You could watch it with your friends. Not a family movie, but I enjoyed it. I watched it by myself. Again, big bowl of popcorn. I loved it. The first one, really, everything that happened in it, I enjoyed it. Even to some of the really adult themed content that was there. It was a little hard to watch, but it really meant something, and you really got to feel for the character. You really got to fall in love with her and really feel for her, even though you'll learn later a little bit about that she's an independent person, so to say the least.
Oh, ditto.
But she really evolves over time, and you really get to understand her more by the 3rd episode. I really personally
I'm done
loved all
with her
3
by
of
the
them.
3rd episode. I'm like,
So
let's go. Let's
says
move on
Joel.
to this, you know. I think the first story, solid. If anything, watch the first movie, and then you can end there. I mean,
First one kind of felt like a Sherlock Holmes story. Almost.
that's all.
Yeah,
I mean,
it did.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good, solid story, and then I felt like it just kind of dragged on. So.
But I have to say something, a rebuttal to your 3rd one. She was in a jail cell for a while. She was, you know, in the court. She was, but the thing is, it makes it seem real on those parts.
Real boring, yeah.
No, I liked it because it
totally.
seemed real. It was realistic, and I enjoyed that.
I will agree the first one definitely is the best out of the trilogy, but overall I'd give it probably 4 stars overall.
Overall, I'm pretty sure it'll be a 3. Like, I mean, I liked the story and everything, but I felt that it was a little bit too dim and slow for me sometimes. I felt like it should have picked up in some points and it just dragged on.
The first one I'll give 3, and the other ones I'll just give it 2. I mean, they're not bad movies, but I just didn't really care for what. I mean, I was loving the story, but I just don't feel like it went where I wanted it to go. So,
The first one I give a 4. The other 2 I give a 3. Just because the first one is a standalone movie that you can watch independently and not continue. And the other 2, they're pretty good, but they add on. But they're not like the Godfather that outdoes number 1. So.
Awesome.
that was a review, right? Yeah.
3 movies.
Tune in back next week when we actually watch Insidious.
Scary.
So bring your comfort safety blanket.
Goodbye.
Do you have a movie you want us to watch? Have you been curious about how something will go and not waste your time? Are you wondering if it's noteworthy or popcorn worthy? Well, we want to hear from you. Contact us at Facebook or Twitter and let us know what you want us to watch. That's our job, and we're here to help you.